Track 13 is called Down Part 2.
This anxiety keeps coming over me. I try to catch my care, but it's still there, it doesn't leave. Why am I still down? 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 Ain't I supposed to be covered in your peace? I know you said that I would be above and not beneath. Then why am I so down? 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 Wish there was some place that I could hide myself. How can I get away from what's inside myself? I lay awake at night, yeah. I lay awake. So much I hold inside, yeah. Hold it inside. I think I need to find, yeah. I need to find some kind of peace of mind, yeah. Some peace of mind. Why do I go through depression? You tell me that I should have peace that surpasses understanding. Maybe I don't have the faith of a mustard seed. Try so hard, but it seems mountains don't move for me, no. Am I just a victim of this cold place? I just wanna know that I'll be okay. Father, can you promise me it won't stay? It gotta leave. This anxiety keeps coming over me. I try to catch my care, but it's still there, it doesn't leave. Why am I still down? 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 Ain't I supposed to be covered in your peace? I know you said that I would be above and not beneath. Then why am I so down? 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 Lately I've been beside myself. Feels like I'm losing me. Help me find myself. So much is racing through my mind. Wish I could cut this off sometime. What's this about? Is it just doubt? Or is there some type of sin I'm leaving out?
I know this ain't what it's supposed to be. Just woke up, it's already over me. I know that as long as you holding me, I'ma be cool, so Jehovah, stay close to me. I know you've been with us since the beginning. I know as long as you with me, I'm winning. I need your healing, I'm sick of this feeling. Lord, if you willing.
Anxiety keeps coming over me. I try to catch my care, but it's still there, it doesn't leave. Why am I still down? 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 Ain't I supposed to be covered in your peace? I know you said that I would be above and not beneath. Then why am I so down? Why am I so down? Why am I so down? Why am I so down?
Track 14 is called Fine Print.
Man, I'm so tired of falling for the oldest trick in the book. Literally. Nope. It's like the enemy get you to stop looking at all that God said is yours and get you to focus in on that one thing that God said you cannot have. And see, the enemy will make it look so good to you. Oh, he'll sell it to you. But he ain't gonna tell you what it'll cost you until it's too late.
He tells you come a little closer, closer. I saw you looking at the tree. Baby, you know you wanna taste it, don't you? So have all you can eat. 'cause you surely you will not die, no. It's all good, look at me. The one you with just hold you down. But all I'm trying to do is set you free. Before I give you the world, you gotta sign your soul, your name on the dotted line. Do what thou wilt, there's no need for I deny. Who needs the rules? Get all you can out of life. You were doing you, trying to get it, clicking, skipping all the terms and conditions, sinning. Now you realize you don't like it. Next time you need to read the fine print. The fine print, gotta read the fine print. You never paid attention to the fine print. Now you realize you don't like it, 'cause you never took the time to read the fine print. See who the sun sets free, he is free indeed. Don't let the enemy tell you anything about your king. See, all he's ever done is tell you lies. If he could plant the seed up in your mind, it's up to you to know. You don't have to let it grow. If you do, the fruit produces in your life. By your desires, you're enticed. And when it conceives, bring sin alive. That sin will give birth to death in time. You have an enemy who knows this, and he's saying, before I give you the world, you gotta sign your soul, your name on the dotted line. Do what thou wilt, there's no need for I deny. Who needs the rules? Get all you can out of life. You were doing you, trying to get it, clicking, skipping all the terms and conditions, sinning. Now you realize you don't like it. Next time you need to read the fine print. The fine print, gotta read the fine print. You never paid attention to the fine print. Now you realize you don't like it, 'cause you never took the time to read the fine print. See who the sun sets free, he is free indeed. Don't let the enemy tell you anything about your king.
Sin to take you way deeper than you wanna go and make you stay even. Could cost way more than you wanted to pay up. Lost wife and kids cause you wanted to lay up. Adam never thought that you and I would suffer cause he ate the fruit that God said not to. When the day you do you die. But he dropped the rock when Satan threw the lie. Played with fire way too many times. Felt the burn and made it out alive. Problem is you made it out and think you could take it now. You ain't afraid to die. Trust me dog, I know the feeling. The big writing is so appealing. The fine print though is so revealing. No negotiation, no revision, gone.
You were doing you, trying to get it, clicking, skipping all the terms and conditions, sinning. Now you realize you don't like it. Next time you need to read the fine print. The fine print, gotta read the fine print. You never paid attention to the fine print. Now you realize you don't like it, 'cause you never took the time to read the fine print.
Hallelujah. Praise and glory to the Most High God, who sent His only begotten Son, Yeshua the Messiah, aka Jesus the Christ. That with His blood, He would buy you out of that contract. That He would wash your name off of that dotted line. So that you could be reunited, so that I could be reunited, so that we could be reunited with the Heavenly Father. Hallelujah.
Track 15 is called The Gospel.
Hey Dad.
Hey, what's up, Sonny?
Can you tell us the gospel again?
Of course I can. Alright, you guys take a seat.
But this time, start all the way from the beginning.
Alright, I'll start all the way at the beginning, just for you. At Genesis. You ready? Okay. God created man and gave him his commandment. Sat him in his garden with everything he planted. Said, this is all yours, son. One that you can have it. All except for this one, cause that one's just for daddy.
The devil steps up in it right away with his deception. Said you can be a god if you just taste it. It's amazing, you won't die, God's alive, throwing shade in his direction. That small seed of doubt forms a change in his perception. See, if he had nothing, he'd appreciate that one thing. God gave him everything, but he's focused on that one tree. Sin is here, in his fear, he covered up and hid. He covered up in leaves, God covered him with skin. Hold that thought, let's fast forward to Abel and Cain. Two brothers in the same field, playing they lanes. See, Cain tended the ground, Abel tended the sheep. Both made an offer to God, but Cain's fell incomplete. Now put a pin in that, let's hit the Passover down in Egypt. When God hears the cries of them beating down his people. Israel's enslaved, Pharaoh saying they ain't leaving. Moses tells him God said it, but he still ain't wanna free him. So God tells Moses, here's the plan, pay attention. Tell my people they gon' need a lamb without a blemish. One day you gon' get it, but for now you just kill it, take it home, smear its blood on the doorpost of the entrance. See, Israel's my firstborn and Israel's been taken. If he don't let my son go, his son ain't gon' make it. The penalty is death and I'm coming for the payment. Those covered in that blood will be the only ones escaping. Now let's go back to Abraham, mobbing with his son Isaac. Faith isn't faith until it's tested, so God tries him. Said, I know how much you love your son, go and sacrifice him. So Abe walks him up the mountain, straps him down and ties him. He doesn't really understand it, but he has faith. He know that God's good, so it's commanded. He's grabbing his blade. As he goes to stab him, the Lord yells, wait! He looks over, and God sent the lamb in his place. Let's take a quick pause now before we get to Jesus. Cause none of this will click until you see just why we need him. The word of God says the wages for sin is death. So if sin is how you work, then death should be the check. There can be no forgiveness without the shedding of blood. The penalty must be paid if God is a righteous judge. We say just let it slide, but if someone killed your cousin, would you call that judge righteous if his killer goes unpunished? Or would you call him crooked? And we know the Lord ain't that. So there's a death penalty, and someone has to pay that. The moment that you sin, your life has been indebted, and his mercy is the only reason he ain't yet collected. So that's why they would sacrifice lambs in their places, but it didn't clear the debt, it was just a partial payment. Now we gon' take a recap and see the Lord working. Nothing was an accident, it all has a purpose. Now back to the beginning at the fall. Man sins, tries to fix it on his own. God covers him with skins, but it never says what animal he's getting it from. All we know is to cover man, he shed innocent blood. Now remember Cain and Abel? Cain's offer was rejected. You ever wonder why Abel's offer was accepted? All I know is Cain offered the work of his hands. Abel tended the sheep, so he must have offered a lamb. Now look at Abraham and Isaac, are you seeing it now? A ram in the bush sent to take the place of his child. Cause Abraham had faith enough to give up his son. God would later do the same so that forgiveness would come. Back to the Passover, oh man, here we go with that lamb again. The innocent blood of a lamb is covering man again. You don't see the pattern or get what it means? Then it all becomes clear when Jesus steps on the scene. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and end. I am the Lamb without blemish, sacrifice for your sin. The Lamb of God without sin, little children understand. You can't do it on your own, it is me who covers man. I'm the one who took your place when death lifted up his hand. Gave you righteousness for faith. You're the one who broke the law, but it was I he sent to pay. Gave my life for those who hate me, I went quietly and I ain't even try to beat the case. I'm the offer he accepts when your works get rejected. I'm the one who pleads your case before the judge in heaven. Knew that you were guilty but loved you enough to serve your sentence. The wages for sin is death, I died to expunge your record. See, I am the Passover, the wrath of God is waiting. Every life not covered by the blood to be taken. I'm the way, the truth, the life, and I will always be. I am, beloved, it was always me.
This is Lyric, and you are jamming out with the Music Zone. Let's set the atmosphere together.
You're listening to this hour's Music Zone Power Mix with DJ 3W, sponsored by WFSC Radio, broadcasting on online radio box and the TuneIn app.
Your urban international station. From around the way. WFNK. All day.
Transmission begins.
5,